Hey everyone, Zach from Await.ai here. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of Await Cortex and kind of the mission we're going for with this product. So, as we began to engage with a lot of enterprise government clients while we were building Await Cortex, we began to realize that a lot of government clients were pretty worried about deploying an AI chatbot on their website for fear of legal repercussions. So you can look out there and see a lot of famous cases, whether it be with Air Canada, the New York City government, or a car dealership who offered a car for $1. So these publicly facing AI chatbots can get you into trouble, and they will get you into trouble if they do not have the proper safeguards in place. So as we continue to develop and add features to Await Cortex, it is all centered around our key value proposition of allowing governments to deploy AI that does not leave them legally liable and put the control of AI back into the hands of humans. So today I want to show you a little bit around the Await Cortex platform. We'll keep it really high level, so let's get right into it. So as you can see, when you first land in Await Cortex, you'll be greeted with the console page. This is your traditional conversational AI interface. As you can see, we have knowledge bases here, private and public. If you go to community knowledge bases, you'll see we have some Atlassian knowledge bases, Microsoft Office 365. This is just the documentation. You can ask any question you want about these products, this documentation, and get highly accurate answers. If you go to private knowledge bases, this is where you can see some of those private knowledge bases that you have created yourself. So I'll show you a little bit more in the knowledge bases screen here. Okay, so now we are in the knowledge bases screen. If I click create new knowledge base, as you can see, we have a crawler, we have files, Jira, Confluence, and text. So these are the 5 different ways you can create a knowledge base in Await Cortex. So the crawler, pretty simple. Put a URL of any web page in there, set a links limit, set a time limit. It'll do its best to crawl that website, that intranet internally, and create a knowledge base from that content. It's very powerful. Usually the way we tell people to start with creating a knowledge base, especially if they're trying to put a chatbot on their website, obviously you're going to want to start by crawling that website URL and crawling all the content from that link. Move on to files. This is how you begin to supplement these knowledge bases, this context for your agent, for your chatbot with additional material, whether that be tax forms for citizens, steps to vote. Doesn't matter. If you have PDFs of information you want to supplement into this chatbot, you can easily drag and drop into this interface here. Now, for those of you who use Jira, which is a very famous project management tool, you're going to love this feature because you can easily connect to your Jira projects. You can select your connection down here, choose from your Jira projects, ask questions about your different issues that you have open, your software development process, and that sort of thing. So that's another way that you can get data, ask questions on it, and also present that data to your users if you want to show kind of a public roadmap of what you're working on or your high-level initiatives and that sort of thing. So if I go to Confluence, another thing, very famous wiki tool also from Atlassian. This is the Atlassian Cloud Confluence. Make your connection. Then you can take your Confluence wiki, ask any question you want about it. A lot of people use Confluence to store all of their documentation. For public governments and government organizations like yours, you're probably going to have a lot of documents in there. So a lot of people use SharePoint too. We're working on that integration as well. So you can kind of feed your agents, your chatbots, this knowledge as well. Text, just another simple way to supplement some information. I can copy and paste text here, write up my own text. So if I find that my chatbot is kind of lacking in some areas, I can easily add more context that way as well. So the knowledge bases, which is really important to note, this is what feeds the agents you're creating that you can then deploy on your website, internally. Wherever you can deploy a simple little script, you're going to be able to access your agent that way. So let's go on now to our actual agent screen. I have one agent. I'll call this the Await.ai website agent. I'll click into here. So as you can see, we have the status. It is active currently on a website, and we have our knowledge bases that we've selected. So we have our Await.ai website knowledge base. You saw that previously. We created that with a crawler. our value proposition PDF, drag and drop the PDF into there, and then a profile, which is my LinkedIn profile. I just copied some text from my LinkedIn profile, pasted it in there. So we have 3 different types of knowledge bases that we're essentially feeding this chatbot with. We have a prompt that runs in the back end. So every time this chatbot responds to a query or says an answer, it's going to be taking this response or this prompt into account in the back end. Right here we have you're an AI built by scientists and researchers. If the context is minimal or absent, lean on your extensive pre-trained knowledge base to provide accurate information, so on and so forth. We also have some other options here: memory, temperature. Just check those out in our documentation. I won't get too far into them today. We'll just keep it high level. Allowed domain. This is the website you're actually going to be deploying this chatbot on. Internally, you'll have a link as well. You just put that there. And here's that embed script. Just click copy, easily embed this wherever you want it. So we have a chatbot here with some configuration items that can be easily deployed on a website or internally. If I go to chat interface, bunch of customization options here. I can customize our pop-up. I can customize our actual chatbot interface here: small, medium, large, header, add your own logos, colors, anything you can dream of. You're going to be able to make this the unique design scheme of your website. Moving on, analytics. I'm going to be able to track the analytics of usage across my different agents. Specifically, we're just in this one agent right here. This Await.ai website agent. I can track users, average session duration, total bot load events, bot open count by unique users, etc. We're always expanding the analytics section to give you a way better idea of how people are using this bot, how people are engaging with your website content, and where you need to fill in some gaps with the information you provide to your citizens. If I go to cached answers here, as more people start interacting with your deployed agents on your website, these cache answers are going to start to fill out. We have it set to 1 here. So only 3 questions have been asked to this agent. It's just a demo agent. As you can see, this was generated by the agent. So I just put in before kind of a junk knowledge base to show what it would look like. This is an answer I don't like. So I've expanded this cached answer. I'm going to disapprove that. Now, anytime this question is asked, what does Await.ai do? And the AI tries to actually generate this answer, it's disapproved. So it's going to try something else. Now, this one I do like. If I expand this, we have our question. What does Await.ai offer? So a user comes in, they say, what does Await.ai offer? They're always going to get this answer that I provided myself right here. You can see I'm the author. If I click approved, that answer is approved. Now it's always going to be served to users every time they ask this question. And we have our sources here. It's always going to link to our product page. So this is how you can start to build out those 100% accurate interactions with users. You can go really crazy with cached answers. I've seen people have hundreds of them. If you really want to be strict on the answers you're providing to users, the cached answers is a perfect place to start. Now we get into safeguards. As you can see, we have a couple of different options: confidence score, external domains, code snippets. I won't get too much into those. I just want to show you the 3 main types of safeguards here. So the first one is a fallback. Anytime someone talks to the bot and they say the words kill, murder, violence, it's going to respond with this message: I will not respond to such violent speech. So that's an example of a fallback safeguard. Now, if I go down here, our replace safeguards, this is just replacing a word in the AI output. Okay, so replace Await.ai with Await.ai. We'll see flags. I don't like this uppercase Await.ai. Await.ai is supposed to be lowercase. I have the message here in lowercase. So anytime that the bot tries to output Await.ai capitalized, it will replace it with the lowercase version here. Final version of a safeguard is a warning. So we have 2 flags: taxes and legal advice. So anytime someone asks about how to do their taxes, give me some legal advice, the bot's still going to generate an answer to that, but it's going to have a disclaimer now. Please be aware, I'm not a legal advisor, but I will do my best to generate an answer for you. So when you do not want to completely block answers to your citizens, but you do want some adaptive disclaimers to keep you out of legal liability, keep you out of controversy, If you've looked at the New York City chatbot, there's disclaimers all over that after that controversy they had with it giving incorrect answers to their users. This is a great way to start with providing disclaimers. So that's all I want to show in terms of fallbacks, safeguards. Let me go to versions now. Okay, so versions. What I've done here is uploaded a set of test questions. Can you summarize the elevator pitch for Awake Cortex? Who is the target audience for Awake Cortex? How does Awake Cortex help in managing and leveraging internal knowledge bases? All I've done here is I've clicked file. I had a CSV or Excel file that had a column full of questions I wanted to test against. I uploaded it here and they all populated. Now, if I wanted to create a new version, essentially a version is comparing these configuration items against this set of test questions. So I can configure all these, move these sliders, change my prompt I showed you before, click generate, and it'll generate a test answer to these questions here. So who is a target audience for Awake Cortex? As an AI, I don't have specific information on Awake Cortex as it may be a product or service. However, the target audience for Awake Cortex or any similar product or service would typically include, and it gives me a list of options here. So maybe I don't like that answer it provided me. So I'll have to go back, supplement my knowledge bases, change my prompt to ensure I can get a good answer, and you'll start seeing it populate. Version 1, version 2, version 3. So a lot of government clients, they want to test these chatbots before they deploy them into production. The version screen is a perfect place to do that so you can get the perfect answers to provide your users. So we have some other examples here, as you can see. And like I said, as I start getting more versions, that will populate down here. I think that's all I want to show in terms of Awake Cortex today. I actually will hop over into the top right. I'll click settings. We do have organizations. I'm not part of one right now. I can create an organization. I'll just give it a name. I can invite users. Billing's all integrated. You can track usage, set permissions. So everything is fully set up for your organization to get started with Awake Cortex immediately. Train a chatbot, deploy it on your website. This chatbot is specifically trained for governments, tailored towards governments, and comes with all the tools out of the box to ensure you don't get yourself in legal trouble from deploying AI. That's all I'll say today. My name is Zach from Awake Cortex. I appreciate you watching this video and have a good one.